How do I use it? I will be talking about that. I will use Bitcoin chart for all this work, okay, and a notepad so to write down whatever I will say so that you all can understand clearly. During this meeting, I would like you all to please mute your audio and video, and I'm just muting the chat box also for next 15-20 minutes so that I can explain, and after explaining everything you all can ask the questions. All right, okay, so let's start. So we are talking today basics of market structure. So first, all those who are beginners, I hope they all understand that this is Bitcoin US dollar chart, right? And it is actually on BitMEX, so it says XBT USD. That's the name on BitMEX. And I hope you all understand that these are candlesticks. The white candlesticks shows the price movement in this duration reached from this price to this level, and black candle shows that if the price has dropped from this level to this level, the movement of the price is in between the candle. Okay, I hope you all understand that, right? Because I generally post charts in the channel and you all watch that. So let's discuss first what is market and how does price moves. Okay, what actually the price structure mean. So there are always in trade, in any trade, there are two things always. One is buy and second thing is sell. Okay, so market runs on two things, that is first buy and the second thing is sell. How the price moves, everybody wants to buy low, right? If you are buying, you would like to buy on low prices anything, right? And you want to sell that high, that's how you earn. That's the basic concept of any market, and this is how the price moves. Everybody wants to buy low and everybody wants to sell high. So whenever a price reaches to a low level, people generally like to buy and they start selling it as it goes up to book their profits. This is how actually price moves. Okay, and in this duration, in the chart, you see there are three kind of trends in a price. Okay, so the very first is uptrend, second is downtrend, and the third one is, you can say, consolidation or sideways market. So anything, it may be like vegetables, your groceries, your fruits, your mobile phones, or anything. It may be Bitcoin, it can be any other coin. That goes into three trends, into three ways the market moves. The first one is uptrend, when the price goes higher, like the Bitcoin price from April to now has reached from 3,000 to 8,000, so it's an uptrend. The downtrend when price drops, and consolidation when it moves sideways. To understand market structure, you should know about all three trends. Okay, let's discuss first about the uptrend. What is uptrend? If you see, the price from this level has reached in a single direction upward to this level, right? In this duration, price has gone up, that's why this was uptrend. Okay, and this was downtrend when the price returned. This was the basic structure, but what is happening between this up and down move, you need to understand that, and if you understand that, you understand market structure. So we will discuss that today. This was the basic, you should understand what we will be talking about. Okay, so whenever price move, it generally moves in a wave structure. What kind of wave structure? Let's see. If this is the initial point, price moves up, then down, up, down, up, down, up. Generally it moves like this, right? Okay, so whenever price moves like this, like if the Bitcoin price or the any coin price, the initial price was this. Okay, we have it like around 7,900 and price reached to 8,100 because it's a 4-hour chart. Okay, So in this duration, what actually happened, if you understand this, you understand the market structure. Okay. For this, you should know that there are many high and lows of price are made in this duration, and they are known as swing high and swing low. So while understanding uptrend and downtrend, you should know there are two terms. One is swing high and one is swing low. Okay. What is swing high and what is swing low? You can understand this way. If you see there is a peak here, okay, then we have next peak here, right? Then we have another peak here, and we have one more peak here, right? So these are the highs in this duration. You see the price has moved higher, right? While in the same time, you can see there are some lows formed by price, right? There are some peaks towards downside. Okay. So these are swing high and swing low. Okay. What is the role of these peaks? This we will discuss in today's session. Okay. So whenever a peak forms at the top, this is the top. So we called a high. This is what we call a high, and this is what we call a low. Right? It was high, it was low. This was the initial price. Okay. Later on, we got another peak. Okay, this is another peak. So if we got this peak here, what will we call it? We will call it a higher high. Right? This high is higher than this high. So this one is higher high. Okay. This low is comparatively higher than this low. So we will call it a higher low. Okay. In the same direction, when the price moved up, we got another high. Right? And that is on the top. This one. We got one more higher high. Right? This way, the price was moving up, and it was continuously making higher lows, higher highs, and then one more higher high. It will form somewhere. Okay. So these are higher highs and higher lows. So what you can define an uptrend? You can define what is uptrend. An uptrend is actually when the price is making continuously higher high and higher low. If the price is making continuously higher high and higher lows, it is an uptrend. This way. Okay. The same phenomena when we see to the downside, exactly the vice versa. When the price starts dropping, it goes like this. Okay. In this duration, we see another thing. This was the initial price. Okay. Here we got the first low. Then we got our first high. When we were here, after this price dropped down to the lower of the previous low. That's why this is called as lower low. Okay. And the price when reached to the upside here, this is a lower high. Right? After this, what happened? Let's take this here. Right? We got another lower high compared to this high. Okay. And then we got another lower high and another lower. So this is the downtrend. So what is downtrend? How do we decide that the price is in downtrend? We call it the price is making lower high and lower low. Okay. Then what is the sideways? It's simple. When price fails to make another higher high or higher low, or lower high or lower low, the price is called in consolidation. Like when the price was going up, it dropped to this price, and after this it start moving in this range. Okay, so if we see, this was our initial price, this was our high, right? This was our high and this was our low. Okay, in this duration we see that the price failed to make any new high okay, and failed to drop below this level and create a new lower low, right? So price was moving in this range, right? Price was moving in this range. That's why the price was in consolidation, or we call it a sideways movement, okay? And this is what we call sideways of consolidation. No high, no higher high, oh, lower. Okay, so these are three trends. If you understand the market structure behind these trends, you can do a lot of things into the trade. Okay, this session, what I'm going to explain you now in the charts, is actually going to help you in a lot of things. Okay, before I proceed further, I would like to know if you have any kind of doubt in this session. Please ask in the chat box if you have any doubt. If you have any doubt, please type in the chat box. Okay, if you do not have any doubt, please type no. We can continue. All right, thank you, Crypto Skull. All right, thank you for your responses. Okay, let's move further. I would like to tell you the uptrend and the downtrend in a chart one time. So let's take a move of Bitcoin. Okay, let's see this. Okay, if we see this chart from this place, okay. So from this place, let's consider this was the initial price. Okay, this is our initial price when the price was this at this level. Okay, so the price was dropping, the Bitcoin was dropping from 13,000, it was dropping down, and we were here. So this was the time when we didn't know that the price is going up but the price is going low. So what do we do when we are in this situation? We always try to find the high and lows. If you see, this is the high, right? This is the high, this is the latest high we have. Okay, what is the, this was the previous high, this is the lower high, this was the previous low, and this was the lower low, right? So we have a lower low here. Okay, so in this situation when we don't know where the price will go, what do? We do not trade and we wait for a trend confirmation. Okay, let's see, let's go what happens there. Okay, so after this we got here, this was the latest high, this was the low, right? Price below this was the low. After this was a new high, so this is the new high. Price drop, but did you see that the price failed to break this low, right? This was a new low created, but price didn't drop below this, and suddenly the price reached higher to this previous high. So what was happening previously? If we see, the price was dropping like this. If you see, it was making continuous lower highs, right? After this was the situation here. This was the situation here, right? After this, what happened? All of a sudden, we saw that the price has breached this high. Price has rated this high, and it created a new high. Okay, so at this level, we are not sure that this high is gonna survive or not, because the same thing happened last time. The price made a slightly higher high, but dropped down. So this time, how would we know? We would wait. We would wait for a significant move above this level. What happened? Price dropped down, failed to make another lower low and make another high, right? So here, price made this. At this level, we know that this was the lower high of the previous high, right? Okay, it was lower high of the previous, and this was the lowest low. Okay, this was the lowest low, this was the lowest high, and after that we got another higher high. we got a higher high here. After that, we got another higher low. So when price starts forming a higher low, what happens? The uptrend starts. So we know now that the price is in uptrend now. And what happened? What we will look for? Now we will just use support resistance and we will look for an entry to go higher. Okay. What we will do? We would look for we would look for another entry here. Okay, so let me delete this string again. What happened? We are sure now the price is an uptrend. What we just did, we just took this as resistance. When the price made another higher high and retested this, we took the entry here and boom. Okay, did you see this? And how long we are going to hold the trade, how long we are going to be in the trade is, we are just going to see if the price is making consistent here. Do you see this level? When the price reached here, this actually broke a previous low. This was the low, right? So this was the low. When the price broke this is where the price failed to make a higher low. Okay, so what we will wait? We will wait if the price again go to make a higher high or makes a lower high. What happened? When we reached there, we saw a lower high, right? What was this? This was a lower low. So what did we saw? That the price stopped making higher high and higher low. This was making higher high, higher low. This was an uptrend till here. But after this, what happened? After this, price made a lower low and lower high. When this made a lower high, okay, we understood that the price now can change its direction and we book the profit, which the trade we took at this thing. So if you just use the swings, you got a move of approximately, if you close it here, approximately 20%. Okay, this is how you decide the price is going to be in uptrend or in downtrend. The same thing happened when it was dropping. When the price made a lower low and a lower high. This was the level when we have found out that the uptrend is ended. Now what may happen? We can go downward. So what we do? We wait. We wait to make a lower low. This is where it made the first lower low, right? This was the place when it broke this low, right? This low was broken. This was the lower high. What we do? We just wait for a resistance refixed. And your support resistance can be this one. If you use the candle closing, this one, price retested and dropped. So this was the downtrend. When we will change our conception, when the price will make another. If we see this was the high and price make a higher low, right? So what we do, we take trade here and we close this. However, the price does not make a higher high, so we close it immediately or we get a stop out in this place. Okay, we move next, and what we see, the price has been in consolidation now. Okay, so the same way I told you to decide the uptrend, whenever the price is consolidating at one place, it makes another higher low, you can take an entry. The same way you can do in the downtrend and in the sideways. Here we see the sideways duration. Okay, if I just go on the daily chart, let me show you the example of the consolidation price as well. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour again. Okay, this was the drop. If you see, the price was dropping, dropping, dropping. Okay, after this, what happened? This was our low. Okay, right? And if you see, this was our recent high. Okay, so this was the high and this was the low. What happened later? The price failed to make another higher high or another low. That's why the price was consolidating. And if you have seen the way everybody was trading Bitcoin in last 2 weeks, it was reduced because price was in a consolidation phase, in a sideways, okay, because it was failed to make another lower high or higher. So this is how you trade uptrend, downtrend, sideways, the higher high, the higher low, and the sideways, okay. Remember, whenever the price consolidate or it's in a sideways, the longer the consolidation, the higher the breakout, okay. As long as the price remains into the consolidation in this zone, it is okay. But whatever will be the next move of the Bitcoin, that is going to be violent. Why? Because the price is in a trend, and whenever price change a trend, a perfect trend, right, that time what happens, price goes a violent move. The same thing happened in the beginning of 2019. If you remember, this was the consolidation range. We got a high here, low, right? Lower high, lower low. After this, price failed to make any new significant low, right? This was the high. And if you see in this range, price almost been for 3 months, right? When the price was in this duration 3 months, what happened? Price made an exit. After that, it did not retest, right? If you see, the price exit out and did not retest the previous support and start moving up, right? Okay, why this happened in the Bitcoin case, that's actually a little bit advanced in market structure, you need to learn. I will be teaching it in future times, right? For now, you just need to understand that whenever you see the price is in a consolidation like this, right, whenever the price is in the this trend, okay, whenever a price is in sideways, okay, whenever the price is in sideways, always remember one thing, that get ready, okay, keep patience. The patience is what you need, that you will not trade in this market, in the sideways market, you will not trade, okay. And what you will do, you will wait for a breakout, and if the price break out of this sideways action, the move is going to be violent, right? You see, after this, the move was violent. It was a 50% move, okay. And when it moved up after this consolidation, you all know it was a 200% move, right? So always remember that the best way to trade is in these two trends, the uptrend or in the downtrend, okay, when the price is making higher high and higher low. You just need to check the support and resistance, and you need to flip that and just take the entry on every resistance when we are going up, and take the entry at every resistance for sell if we are going down. This is how you need to trade, okay. So this was the market structure, how this price move, trends, what is swing, and how to find the trend. So to find the trend, what we just need to do is we just need to wait that if the price is going to make another higher high or higher low, if we are breaking it, okay. This is how we trade the higher lows and lower highs, okay. So this was the uptrend, downtrend, and sideways. You all need to know at the basic level first, okay. So whenever you see any altcoin, okay, I'm just showing you an example like FTM. Let's take that. Okay, you see this, right? Those who followed this signal, if you see, the price was moving in a range for a long time, right? After this, when the price make a move higher, if you see at this level here, price made a higher high above this range, right? So what we just did, we just waited for a retest of the resistance on the lower time frame, and we took the entry, and the price moved 20% up. It was very basic, right? Okay, this was the basic concept. However, when I signal, I just do not watch this, I have to watch a lot of things, right? Okay, I have to watch a lot of things out there. However, but this is the basic. Whenever I signal, you can just keep holding your coins till it's making higher high and higher low, or you can just wait for a buy until it's making lower highs and lower lows. Okay, this is how you just need to trade altcoins and Bitcoin. This is very easy. If you just practice on some charts in the previous, you will be understanding this very well. Whatever the questions may come, you can ask me anytime about this market structure, and I will be making more videos. I will also finding the way to make live YouTube videos that I can record it for you guys. Okay, And I hope this is done on the market structure. If you have any queries, please ask in the chat box. I'm waiting for next 2-3 minutes. If you have any question, please ask in the chat box. Yes, yes, it is very good, right? Exactly. You just need to do that whenever a price is consolidating. Let me show you. Let me show you a recent chart. I used it. Okay, so let's see this one, the price of the pearl. Okay, look, if you see the price, this was the place. Okay, if you see that the pearl was actually consolidating in this range. Okay, the actual range was from this this was the high, this was the low, and price was failed to go above this level, right? But in this duration, if you see that the maximum time the price has been consolidating at this particular range, right? At this particular range, it was traveling again and again and again. Okay. After that, what happened? I just saw that it was breaking up. If you see, there are difference in every time it broke down this range. The first time it broke down, that was not actually a range, right? When it broke down second time, this range was actually not created. But when it broke third time, this was a range, right? If I just move my chart to this level, okay. Then the price was broke down at this level, right? If you see, this was a violent move. If this was a violent move, right? Okay, you could not have catch it, right? Because it was very fast. Okay, when the price moved high, what you did, you just waited for retest. I waited for retest, but when it came to retest, if you see, the price directly dropped down into the range, right? It was a very significant selling at this level. So that's why this was not the right time to buy, but you can set an alarm at 424, the price returns, and you can buy. Okay, what you have to do is whenever price break down this level like this, when the next time price broke down, if you see the price broke down this level, and when it returned, if I just take it to the 1 hour chart on the 11th of October, on 11th of October here, right? This was the move. When the price made out of this range, this was the candle. If you see, there was continuously retest of this price. That's why I signaled the price here. I signaled for here, and it moved to the target very fast. It just took like 6 to 8 hours to reach the target, right? Because it was a move out of the consolidation range. Okay, whenever you see the price is going out of the range, always set the alarm when it returns back to retest. At this time, if you had set an alarm, the price could have directly gone to this level even before you could buy it, right? So that was the case because it is altcoin actually. If you do it in the Bitcoin, that was an independent chart. Altcoins varies with the Bitcoin, so it generally happens that they generally stop you out in these situations. So I told you to trade altcoins only, market structure is not enough, but you have to take care of. So exactly, you need to put whenever it break. So when it break this level, the 507 level, right? What you can do is you can set an alarm whenever the price broke this level, the 507 level. Whenever the price goes beyond this level, what you just need to do is you just need to wait for a retest. Okay, you just need to wait for a retest and you can buy it like this. Whenever the price reach to this level, it will drop this, it will come back, and this is where you will buy. This is where you will buy. You will set your alarm here, and as there is a candle, a green candle there on a 1 hour or 30-minute chart, you can buy. Okay, so yes, you can set an alarm on the retest. Okay. Okay, Henry asks, hi, I wonder how to set stop loss and targets at same time. At same time, okay, it's not in Binance. You can use any bot like 3 commas. There you can set stop loss and target at same time, but on Binance, it's not possible. Any other question, please? All right, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for your time. And soon I will be able to record the videos, and I will be able to post all these in YouTube as well, so that you all can watch. And I would just like you all to leave a review of this session. If you like it, please post it in the chat box, so that others can also know that they have missed a good session. I would say, if you all can just go in the chat box and type whatever you felt or learned in this session. And if you ever have the questions about this session, you can ask, and later on I will be recording a video. And okay, yeah, of course, Elliot waves as well. I'll be making a lot of videos in upcoming months, and I'll be posting all of them on the YouTube, so that you can watch every time. All right, thank you so much for joining me, and wish you all luck for the next trades. Trade safe. Have a good day, and stay tuned with the channel. Please post a review in the chat box. Thank you.